Coming at you live from Chicago, home of the National. Um, got in today, and I easy drive in, 8 hours straight across from Pittsburgh to Chicago. Literally 425 plus miles on the same road, either I-76 or I-80. And then once I got into the Chicago area, the last like 30 so miles, going all over the place. But uh, easy drive, smooth. What's up, Slay? Got in to the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, and it was nice. It was nice to be back here. Been looking forward to this week, um, as I always do. Rick, you know what's funny is as I was driving, I was thinking to myself, I actually prefer this drive than I do driving across the state of Pennsylvania from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia on the Turnpike, which is what I consider the most boring drive in the world. So at least this one was a little better. Um, Same, right? Flat land, not much to see, but I don't know. Maybe because there was a purpose behind it, um, that I was getting to and I was excited about, but who knows? Um, yeah, so I mean, got to the convention center, and I tell you what, it felt good, to just get in the parking garage and know that all right, I'm here. This, it's been a year since obviously the last national, and this is something I look forward to each year, and I just have to uh, say thank you to everybody that has helped get me to the point of this week and with the national rack packs. Um, they are something that I truly love. It's a ton of work. Do not get me wrong. It is a ton of work. This year, I think I spent more money on inventory this year with them than I ever have. And I was okay with that because I've told people, this is my way of saying thank you to everybody for supporting Ripping for the Cure, Rack of the Day, all the things. And so if I can spend money on these things, to build these rack packs, it's something I'm glad to do. Got 500 of them. I've already given some out. If you followed the post, I have a pinned post on my Twitter page, that I'll be posting to all week. So as I meet people and talk with them and hand out the rack packs, I will post periodically to certainly keep everybody updated kind of on the progress and all that. And that thread is strictly for national rack packs. You're not going to see any other posts about the national. I'll make one-off posts and things like that. Like my traffic issues tonight, I was supposed to be at the White Sox game with a bunch of people from Midwest Box Breaks, and I was an hour from the stadium from where I'm staying at in my hotel, which whatever, hour drive, no problem. Nate, I have a picture to send you, and I'll just say it here. The very first thing I saw, sorry, this just totally derailed what I was saying. The very first thing I saw when I got into the convention center was a gentleman wearing a tweeter jersey. I kid you not, number 82, tweeter. Best thing I've ever seen. And thought of you instantly. So I took that photo, and I'll try to post it here in a little while. But yeah, I'm an hour from the White Sox stadium, which, whatever, man, like an hour drive to a baseball game, that's nothing. Um, but I got in the car, put the GPS on, and it just kept ticking up and up and up. Game starts at 6:40. I'm trying to get there by 5. I was okay getting there by 5:30, and it just kept going and going and going. Traffic is just so horrible, and I'm used to traffic, but this was just standstill traffic. And finally, it said your arrival time is 7:30, a full hour after the game was actually supposed to begin. So unfortunately, I did not go to the game. I feel horrible about it because I was really looking forward to it, and it was awfully generous of Ben at Midwest Box Brace to offer up the tickets that he did, and just wasn't able to do it. So went, got some pizza, some beer, and now I'm back here in the hotel room. And I thought it'd be cool to just kind of check in with everybody, see how things are going in the hobby right now on your end, and just kind of give you updates of what I did today while at the National. Today's day zero, so today was really check-in day with the VIPs. I have my VIP badge over there. I think I have Bubba Watson as my card on there. I thought it was interesting because Panini obviously is like one of the main sponsors of this. And in the past, what's up, Zion? In the past, they have um, obviously had the licenses for football and basketball. And so they would have players on the pass. I was like, man, what is Panini going to do this year? And they're leaning in. They're leaning into what they have, the golf, the NASCAR, college. So got my pass today, checked in, and got a bag full of swag. And I know that you may have seen the picture that I posted, but it came in a yellow bag, which I won't keep this bag because it's by a company that nobody really cares about, at least in our world, in my world. But a lot of cool things. I thought I'd go through this here with you. Another drawstring bag from Record Auction Memory Lane. So drawstring bag. Not like I don't have 8,000 of these at home, but we'll take another one for sure. Advertisements are always a thing with these, so you know, um, kind of good stuff to have. You know, with what we got, Walmart. Just they'll go check out their app. Veriswap, $15 off something. Ghostwrite, so there's a blind box scratch off. It says everybody wins. Chase base ghosts, discounts, and extra bids on future auctions. Let's go ahead and scratch this off here to see what I actually get. I guarantee you it's not going to be a ghost. I got to get my keys to scratch this off. So let me get those real quick. But I don't know if you're familiar with what Ghostwrites are, but they're like little figurines. I mean, they're supposed to be pretty valuable at some point with something. There, let's see. What do we get here? Extra something. Extra bids. So if anybody likes Ghostwrite and needs extra bids for something, I have a code here that I am willing to give up because I won't be bidding on anything. But so Ghostwrite's pretty cool. Alt, again, download the app there thing. This is always a cool thing that this insurance company, Finkelmeyer Insurance Agency, their business card, but they always put it on like an actual replica of a card. This year's a Jackie Robinson card. If anything, you get a top loader out of it. Sticker from Card Hobby. Don't know who Card Hobby is, but I got a sticker. Who doesn't like a sticker? Market Movers month Courtyard promo code. Card Ladder, 2 free months. Murray Henderson, $10 off at Lids. Dave and Adams. So all the, like I said, all the heritage auctions, the ads. This is pretty unique. Japan Cordova got a fan. Heard the international scene here, supposed to be pretty big this year. BBC auctions, Memory Lane, Ludex. Steel City Collectibles coupon, the Battle Arena for Bo Jackson, Pristine Auction. Then you got Sports Collectors Digest in the National Magazine. So all that's all cool stuff. You're expected to have that kind of stuff. But then this is where the fun stuff comes in. Let me just pull all this out and I'll go through it. Um, this is all the product stuff that everybody likes. These card preservers from Ultra Pro, got a 25 pack. That's pretty cool. Yeah, holy ads, man! I tell you what, 50 BGS graded card sleeves from Veriswap. I mean, I will definitely be able to use these for racks and hobby foundation card sales. Got 130 point. I don't know what this is. It looks like some type of card saver or something. But there's a lanyard, so I feel like I could be Kevin O'Leary and put like a Kenny Lofton base card in here and have it like hanging off there. And you got 2 magnetic holders, one from eBay and one from BCW. So, I mean, but listen, it's free stuff. Other things, this is kind of where the really cool stuff comes in. So with the VIP stuff, you always get free things. Here's a pack of Leaf cards. I haven't opened these, and I'm not going to open these because these are all from my son. Landon will get all of this stuff here. So free pack of cards from Leaf. This is new this year. I've never seen these. The National Humongous Horde. 5 cards per pack. There's autographs too in here from the 2026 National Signers. So another one for Landon. Wild Card 7th card stud 2026 all quarterback edition SP promo. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you've opened Wild Card, I know Buck City Breaks opens a lot of Wild Card. There's some really good stuff in there. Another pack from Panini here. Got Bryson DeChambeau on the front, and then you got Nolan Ryan on the back. So again, Landon will open these up here. A V-Friend sticker. Immediately when I got my bag, somebody was, "Hey, I'm buying these. A few years ago when I came, there was a V-Friends card, and I got one. I think it was numbered like 99, and I went on eBay right away, and they were selling for crazy. I think I sold it for $50. These packs right now we're selling for like $40-$50. But it's a sticker, QR code. I scanned it because it says "scan, you coward," and it literally goes to a video of this chicken telling you like, "Hey, Gary V's been telling you all along these things are valuable. Go sell them." On it, I think what Onnit's doing is pretty cool. A lot of cool things with college and women's sports. Upper Deck, prominent cuts. So we got Connor McDavid on the front. Kerry Walsh Jennings on the back. And then a Panini free pack of Prism 2024-25 Premier League trading cards. I don't know if this is a national exclusive, if these came from a hobby box, what these are, but 300 card base set has odds on the back for silver, glitter, pink mosaic, and orange mosaic. So again, I don't know where it came from, but it's a free pack, and who's not going to turn down free things? So Ibris, they're freebies, man. All good stuff. Like I said, all the cards that I got there, they're going straight to Landon. I talked to him just a little bit ago and showed him everything. He's super excited to hit those things up. So it's been a good experience so far outside the traffic. I will say the one thing that I noticed, and the National can't do anything about this. I guess they could if they really tried, but the parking garage went up this year, doubled. Last year was $10. Last couple of years here, it's been $10. This year it's 20. That game was quite a shock when I pulled in, and actually made me pause and say, next year, I guess I'll get the all-inclusive VIP because it includes parking. Do a cost comparison of it, but $20 parking fee was a shocker. But outside of that, day zero so far, it's been a really good day outside of traffic and that. Um, got in, got all of my stuff within less than 10 minutes from start to finish. It was really super simple. I think that's one thing the National did really well this year is they said, hey, let's mitigate the traffic from the year before and let's just open up a day before. Not going to let you on the floor, but come pick up your stuff, get everything, be ready for the next day where you can come in at, I think it's 2 o'clock tomorrow and hit the ground running instead of just standing in line forever. Thought that was really smart of them, and it seemed to really work out because I never once saw a long line today of people getting their stuff. It was just consistent automation and everything. Saw a lot of just people around. People were hanging out, having a good time upstairs on the top level if you've been here, and then on the main level as well. Um, Thought that that was really cool. Gave me the opportunity to meet some folks with the national rack packs. When I do the national rack packs, like I'm looking for specific, not individuals, but specific scenarios, so to say. One of the main ones are kids. It's a pretty easy one, but generally it's kids with parents. I don't ever just want to walk up to a kid who's by himself. I'm a nobody. I'm not an influencer. I'm not anybody like that. So, I think it comes off kind of weird if I were to walk up to a kid, and just say, "Hey, you want a free pack of cards?" So I look for kids with parents and have a great conversation. I met a dad and father who, ironically, actually live only 45 minutes from where I do. Um, Dad was telling me that he's not a collector. His kid's a collector. They're all Pittsburgh stuff. He's the supporter, which I thought was just really, really cool. Gave they picked their packs. I had my backpack. They picked their packs out, opened them up, got some really cool stuff out of it. But was able to talk to him. He was telling me, asking me about base cards. What does he do with base cards? And I said, we got a lot of connections with people that can use base cards. So I think maybe he's going to send me some and can get those distributed to some teachers. Met another group of people that are local to the Chicago area here. Um, One was a teacher, which was really cool because I talked to her about the Hobby Foundation and how we have grants available for teachers. So she was going to go on the website and check that out. But I gave them their packs, and this one lady was really super cool. She opened it up. She got a slab in her pack, and the slab was of Luca, but it was a GMA pack. I know nothing about the GMA company or brand, but other than I've seen their slabs before. And when I say that this lady got so excited over this slab, I can't even put into words her excitement. And the reason being, and this goes along with the conversation I have with everybody, is about their PCs. She collects slab cards in random companies. And she said she never had one from GMA. So it worked out in her favor. Pretty excited there about that. Father and son were also part of that group. One of the things that comes along with these VIPs that I didn't show you is you get tickets for autographs, and I saw that they had theirs out, and I asked them, hey, are there any autographs that you're looking for? And I said I don't use mine. And typically, I give mine to Signatures for Soldiers, and unfortunately, this year, as we all know, Signatures for Soldiers is not here at the National, which is a real travesty. It really sucks that the National would not continue that partnership to have Tim and Sigs for Soldiers here. And I told her, I said, I typically give my tickets to Tim so they can utilize them for their mission. And she said, oh, we do the same thing. And when I told her that he wasn't going to be here, she was really bummed. And she goes, well, I'll tell you what. She goes, I'm going to go stand in line. I'm going to get these signed. And I'm going to send every single one of them to Signatures for Soldiers. So Tim, you got some people that are going to be sending you some things. Um, that's one of my missions and goals this time around here is if you can't physically be here, I'm going to make sure that people know that you're not here and they can still support you in various ways. So I was really excited to hear her say that she was going to take those and stand in line and make it happen for you. So pretty cool there. Um, I met another father and son team from the Baltimore area, big Nationals fans, and talking to them. And I asked the son, who was, I think he was 10 or 11. Baseball comes up a lot now, especially with my son playing. And so we were talking about that. And I asked him, I said, what's your PC? Without hesitation, this kid goes, downtowns. I can't relate to that. I don't collect in that world. I said, man, good for you. I said, why downtowns? Like, what's the reason for downtowns? And his dad chimed in and he said, we went to Costco and got one of those boxes, and then there was a big Patrick Mahomes downtown. I said, yeah. I said, those are pretty neat. I said, is that why you like downtowns? And the dad goes, no. He goes, in that same box, he pulled a Patrick Mahomes downtown. So he was hooked immediately. I mean, hey, good for you, right? Like if that's what you want to collect, by all means, there's a space for everybody. Go collect that downtown. Go build that set. Go get them, whatever the case may be. Um, and the last folks I met, Elliot stayed like an hour or less, probably. Was a mother and son from the Chicago area, and again walked up to him, introduced myself, told him what I was doing. And I said, "How long?" I said, "Have you guys been to Nashville before?" Yes, our second year. And I said, "Well, how long are you going to be here?" And the mom looked at me and said, "It's a really tough subject for us to talk about because we're only going to be here for an hour tomorrow, and that's it." I said, "Man," I said, "What's the reason?" Well, her son made this all-star. No, excuse me. Well, it's an all-star team, but they're competing in the, I guess, Junior Olympics for water polo, um, which was really cool for him. Like they were super excited for that. Very bummed because she said he had been saving his money up for the whole year to come this year and spend it on at the national. Um, as we were talking, kind of through things, and she had mentioned that they were VIPs, and um, it was just really a bummer. And I said to her, I said, well, take my number down. I said I have some people that have been looking for VIP passes, so I'm hoping that we can connect tomorrow, and I can pass those VIP passes on to um, this father and son duo. But good day zero. I am looking forward to the next what is it, 4 days: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 500 packs. They're going to go like that. Um, it's a really fun thing. So if you are watching this, um, come come find me. Send me a DM on Twitter if you have my phone number. Text me. Send up smoke signals, whatever the case may be. Um, come find me. I have a pack for you. All kinds of cool stuff. I just saw Philly Custom Cards pop in here. Matt has created yet again a unique custom card to commemorate the National this year. And I really appreciate Matt doing that. He did it. He's done it since day one, since I've been coming here doing this. And this year's is really special. He always has a theme to go along with the city and kind of what's happening in the hobby. And I think this year's really nailed it on the head. So, Matt, thank you. Appreciate that. Ibris, yeah, man, follow along. I wish you were here. I know it's a long journey for you to get here, but um, follow along, and I appreciate you supporting too. You helped me out with the National Rack Pack, so appreciate that. Mike, looking forward to seeing you. I think it was last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it your son-in-law that was with you? Um, so if you find me, bring people, because listen, I make it sound very easy to get rid of these 500 packs, and they are somewhat, but I got to tell you, when it's a large group of people, it helps out immensely. And it's just spreading the hobby love, right? Um, Getting to know one another, finding out what we PC, and it's a way to just spread what Tops and Fanatics likes to say, the joy of the hobby. And this year they've been included in these national rack packs. Each one of them has 2 packs of cards in there from Tops and Fanatics. I should preface that. I think maybe like the first 10 don't, because I totally forgot about it. And they were already sealed up and I couldn't go back. But um, that's what this is for. This is to get people talking with one another, getting cards in their hands, because we know this hobby is an expensive place to be. And, if they can walk away with something or turn these into something that they want, I'm all here for it. As I was putting them together, I was looking at them and I'm like, these are just some fun things. I hope people really enjoy these, and they typically do. Some people hit PC stuff, some people don't. Um, in the 5 years that I've been doing the national rack packs, I've only had a couple of folks um, kind of look at me like, why would I want this? I don't want this stuff. Take it back. This is trash. And that's fine. Like, that's their feeling. So be it. I'll go find somebody that could appreciate it. I was doing the math, and after this year is complete, 1,600 national rack packs will have been given out over the 5 years. Um, so that's super cool. I'm real excited for that. I mean, it just keeps growing and growing and growing. But um, yeah, so I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know who's here in chat. If you guys have any thoughts or comments or questions, um, that are coming up regarding the national, I have um, some goals in mind for this week. I need to go get over to the Heritage booth and shake Mike. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It begins with a P. I got to shake his hand because Heritage helped out with Ripping for the Cure this year with some hobby boxes. And they also gave away 2 VIP passes to the National that somebody won through Ripping for the Cure. So I got to make it over to them. I got to hook up with the guys at Sports Card Nonsense podcast. Um, Supposed to sit down with them and talk a little bit about all of this. Mike, 1,600 is just the beginning. I 100% agree. I started in Atlantic City with 100, and I always thought that I at 500 wasn't attainable because it just seemed like a lot. And now here I am. I think 1,000 is out of the question without help. And I know everybody would be willing to help in some way, so that might be attainable in a couple of years. Um, what am I looking for my PC? It's funny, Matt. When I come here, I actually don't really look for myself. There's one table that they have, oh gosh, probably 3 or 4 tables full of signed baseballs. So I always make sure I stop at their table and buy one Hall of Famer from them. Really nice old couple. I talked to them the first year at Atlantic City and kind of made it a tradition to stop by their table and get a baseball from them. Landon has a list of players that he wants me to buy for. At the top of that list, of course, is Jose Ramirez. So I'm looking for, the cheaper side of things on his players that he's looking for. Um, and then if there's anything that stands out to me that I like for my PC, like obviously like Kenny Lofton stuff, Bob Feller stuff, um, those types of things I'm really looking for. Um, so yes, I mean we'll see uh, what stands out to me. Um, Chris, the Bow Battle Arena booth, they are all over this stuff, all over the convention center. Um, I can imagine that it's probably going to be a pretty popular booth this year. I'm kind of intrigued by the Tecmo Bowl box that they have out. So I might check that out and kind of see what it's all about, but who knows? Um, Other things I'm looking forward to. So I'd like to go find a couple of names in the hobby that I've been working with for the last couple of years, or trying to work with for the last couple of years. Sue's at CGC being one of them. For sure, always enjoy going to see her. Um, been talking with some other folks that I'm not entirely comfortable saying their names right now, just because we haven't formalized anything. But there's some people and companies that I've been talking to recently. Um, so I'm trying to connect with them. But then just meeting everybody. Like, I know there's a bunch of people that are going to be here this week. There always are. I'm just looking forward to seeing some of those folks again, like Mike, who's here in chat. Chris, you're going to be missed this year. I always enjoy catching up with you. Chris, ironically, um, when I was at the pizza place tonight, guy from Arkansas sat down next to me, so I got talking with him for a little bit, which is really cool. Pets, I'm still on. I'm still here. I know I don't know um, who's actually in here. I can't see um, who's here, but I am here. I'll go. I have nowhere to be right now, so I have nothing to open, but I have nowhere to be. So I'll stay here and talk all night if you guys want me to. Joey Doves, evening, my friend. You helped out in a big way with the National Rack Packs this year, so thank you very much. And your help, your submissions to me are helping even beyond that with a variety of things. So I appreciate you, sir, very much. Pets, you as well. Um, a lot of cool things came in your package to me this year, so I really appreciate that. Chris, I will be at the Go GTS booth. I always make it a point to go see Robin James. They will typically take a couple of national rack packs and open them up on their stream and give the cards away as they do. Kelsey Schroeder, who's a part of their team as well, typically we'll do an interview with him. So I'm looking forward to seeing those guys as well this week. Um, it's just super cool guys. Trying to think of who else. Oh, Kentucky Roadshow. So Jimmy Mahan. Got to catch up with him. Just super positive guy. If you don't know him, you must know him. Follow him on Twitter, Roadshow Cards. I'll catch up with him a little bit as they helped out with Ripping for the Cure this year, and they've helped out with Rack of the Day in the past. Just super nice guy. I want to be him when I grow up and get older, even though I think we're like the same age or somewhere around the same age. It's always so weird to say I want to be like somebody when I grow up when we're close in age. Um, yeah, so I mean, it's just going to be a fun week. Um, I am excited to be here. They're long days. I'm not going to lie. They are long days. For those of you that know me, I'm in my flip flops all day. I'm more comfortable in that. I know one of the key things and reminders that people put out there is wear comfortable shoes, and for me, that's my flip flops. If I'm in my shoes, my knees are going to kill me, and my feet are going to hurt even worse. So, um, that Rick, we got to get Pets to the national. He was a blast in Dallas, along with Slay and many others. Rick, you got to get to the national as well. I mean, people will say, I mean, listen, when I first walked into the national in Atlantic City, I did stop and was like, holy crap, what did I just get myself into? Um, but after that feeling goes away, it's like this is where you should be if you are into cards and if you are into the hobby. You have to come into the national. It's just a fun place, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but this is the place you're going to meet people. This is the place you're going to meet people that you've been talking to for a year, whether it be across social media, text messages, whatever the case may be. Um, this is the place to meet those folks. So it's certainly um, something that you should make it happen once in your lifetime. Your Alaskan cruise, man, looked like a good time. I got one next year, and I was just talking to my wife about it before I left. Our Alaskan cruise coincides with the national as well next year, so I've got to do some juggling next year to figure out how I'm going to pull all this off and uh, and do that. Um, Rick, Atlanta would have been cool. I listen. I've been to Atlanta. I know everybody when Atlanta was up for consideration. The only thing bad that people were saying about Atlanta was, "Oh, the heat in July. So what? Who cares? You're inside, and if you go outside, big deal. Maybe don't smoke for a week, and you'll be fine." Um, but I was very surprised that Atlanta wasn't picked, though, and Detroit was over it. Um, I have a suspicion that Cards HQ had something to do with that, seeing as they have a new shop opening up in Detroit. But I like conspiracy theories too. So, you know, it is what it is. Um, Joe, you hit up an LCS in Florida. Hope you got some good stuff there. The National on a cruise ship, man, that would be an experience. Oh, could you imagine all those smelly people in one location that can't go anywhere? I mean, not just like for 8 hours a day, but 24 hours a day. That'd be crazy. Um, but yeah, the National's a fun place to be, and you're gonna see stuff that you won't ever see anywhere else. Um, I I will never see the card that I'm after. I got to post it still because I always post it for this week just to see if anybody does find it. I don't even know if it really exists. I believe it exists, but it's a 101 that I have never seen anybody post anywhere other than Devin Smith on Twitter 10 years ago when he signed the card, posted it. Um, if it's here, I would love it. If it's not here, all the same. But this is just a really cool week. And I encourage everybody to try to get here if you can and just have a good time with it. So I appreciate all of you stopping in. Like I said, I'm more than willing to continue chatting here. If you have anything you want to talk about, ask about, different things like that. Um, but Isaiah Bond, Hook'em Horns NT Auto. Wow. Okay. Joey Dobbs really leaning into that Browns wide receiver core there with Isaiah Bond. So, Chris, what I've heard is the upstairs, they expanded it by 100 dealers this year. And they have included, I think, dealers from 16 different countries up there also, along with some corporate partners and different things like that. So I don't think it's going to be as cramped as it was last year because, I mean, they were crammed pretty tight in there. It sounds like they have expanded it to be better this year. From what I've heard, it was to get people off the wait list also. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what that has to look like. Um, Pets, I'll certainly have fun. That's without a question. Um, how was the pizza? The pizza was fantastic. I wasn't sure that's what I wanted tonight, but figured I'm in Chicago. I might as well go get it. The only difference with the pizza this year is I didn't have a bunch of cool people sitting around me like I did last year when I had the pizza here, but that's all right. Yeah, I went up. I remember I went up last year, and I think I took one step in. I was like, nope, gotta go. Can't do this. And came right back downstairs. So um, I'll let you know how it is, Chris, and I'm certainly looking out for you. I know you got some historical needs that you're after. Um, and I always look out for other people too, just as a things. Joe, you also got quality Pete Alonso auto, a Tua graded, and Mendoza wild card rookies. Mendoza's going to go nuts. Um, his Topps flagship card. I'm going to hate to see what that does, just because number one pick, quarterback, and it's the first year of football flagship. So I think it'll be a pretty expensive card. It's fun to get that kind of stuff, though, Joe. We're uh, glad to hear that. Get a little sunshine in your life there. But all right, folks, I think I am going to go ahead and call it a night here. Um, Appreciate you stopping by. Maybe I do this every night this week, if you allow me, and just kind of give you an update on how the day went. Um, Always like coming in and chatting it up with you about all this stuff and everything like that. So um, follow along this week. The hashtag is National Rack 26. I have a pinned tweet on my Twitter page, ES Hecker. And if you see people on Twitter or Instagram or wherever the case may be looking for me, let them know I'm here. Let me know who they are. I want to meet up with them. I'm going to be all over the showroom floor. I do a lot of walking outside the showroom floor as well. That's where all the national racks usually happen, is outside of the showroom floor. So happy to meet up with anybody at any time, chat it up for a little bit, and just have a good time. So, folks, thank you all very much. Have a great evening. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.